Good morning, everyone. We're going to start today in a nice seated position. Take a moment to set yourself up, align your hips, shoulders, and your head so that the weight is equally distributed. And you feel an effortless lift up through the front of your body. Close your eyes and just let your hands rest wherever they fall, or you can bring them to your knees. Make a conscious effort to relax the shoulders. Allow the breath to move steady in and out of the body. As you start to calm the physical form, delve deeply into your breathing. Notice the inhale and the exhale. Let it be rhythmic and natural. Try not to force or lengthen or modify the breath in any way. Just become aware of the pace and the measure of your breath. Allow the tip of your tongue to rest on the roof of your mouth, and then relax the back of the tongue as you continue to breathe. Become aware of the sounds and sensations around you. Feel yourself completely present in this moment, in this time, in this particular space. And see if you're ready or drawn to allow the breath to deepen a little bit more. Maybe a longer inhale, a little bit of a pause at the end, top of the breath, and a slower, longer exhale with a pause at the end of that breath. Notice the thoughts going around in the mind. As you continue to breathe this way, bring your awareness and your attention back to this rhythmic movement of breath. Slowly exhaling. Let's tilt the chin down towards the chest, creating a little bit of length in the back of the neck and a bit of a compression in the throat area. Draw the chin towards the chest, squeezing through the throat. Soften the shoulders away from the ears and maybe start to move your head side to side. Chin towards left shoulder and chin towards right shoulder. And as we move here, be very mindful, meticulous with your breath and with your movement. So always really focusing, paying attention. Noticing any spots that might call a little extra attention from you today. And then coming back to center, blinking the eyes open, awareness into our space. Inhale, lift the chin, and let's roll the shoulders back. Good. We're going to continue with that mindful idea of movement and breath. So let's take the right arm up towards sky and just let it hang over the left side of your body. So just kind of let your hand rest over your head. Notice your shoulder, how does it feel? Do you need to pull it back? Do you need to pull it forward? Any adjustments you need to make. And then slowly just let your body kind of lean towards that side. Rotate your chest and maybe look out from underneath your right arm. So in this way, we're feeling the stretch of the right side without engaging or lengthening through that right arm. And the arm is just falling over, heavy. And then slowly release the right arm all the way down, rest it onto your leg, and let's do the other side. The left arm comes up and just let it fold over your head, just resting there for a few moments. And as you're ready, start to push the rib cage away. Lean your body to the right. And then start to rotate your torso, gazing up past your left arm. Left hand is heavy. Left shoulder relaxes down. You can feel the softness in the arm, even though you're just kind of hanging here for a few breaths. And exhale, slowly coming back through to center. The shoulder will heal just on the left shoulder for a second. Notice how that feels. And then the right shoulder, moving it back. Good. All right. So we're going to move into a little bit of the arms as we do breathing. So the inhale is going to draw the arms forward, and the exhale is going to open the arms out. Inhale is going to draw them forward, rounding back, tucking chin. Exhale, opening out, lifting chest, shoulders back, maybe even looking up. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Open the heart, lift the chest. Inhale, forward. And exhale, back. So your back is acting a little bit like cat and cow, opening and closing. And you can start to incorporate your hips as well. So start to move into your sit bones and into your pelvis. Moving, rocking your pelvis forward as your arms come forward, rounding the spine, rocking your pelvis back as your shoulders open, your chest lifts, and you look up. Let's do 2 more. Inhaling forward. Exhaling, coming out. Inhaling forward, and then just keep the hands soft as well. No need to point through the fingers. Exhaling, coming out. This one, let's hold, and let's release the arms down towards the floor on either sides of your body. So fingertips on the mat, lift your chest. Roll your shoulders back, open the heart, look up. Use your hands to help support your weight as you press your rib cage forward and let your head open, extending through the neck or through the throat, and then compressing through the back of the neck. And exhale, come back to center. Let's walk the fingertips forward. Reaching maybe the elbows to the floor. If you have a hard time coming to the floor with your elbows, you're welcome to place a block here. And then once you've settled in, just hold there for a few breaths. Let the inhale and the exhale move rhythmically through the body. If the elbows don't quite come down, you can always just stay on your hands. That's fine too. Just go as deep down as you can, lengthening to the top of your head. Maybe once you've been down there for a little bit, you can walk your hands further and further away, reaching down, eventually, if possible, bringing your forehead to the floor. And slowly inhale, let's lift the head, lift the torso, walk the hands back in. Take your time. Once the hands are back in, let's go ahead and come into our tabletop position. So, coming off our cushion. We will be using our cushions in a moment, so don't put them too far away. Have them where you can still reach them. Come to hands and knees. All right, so starting on hands and knees, just get yourself situated. Maybe rock your weight forward and back. Notice how that feels in your knees and your wrists and your hands. Move through the shoulders, move through the hips. We're going to do some twisting here in a kind of a different type of way. So we're going to bring the right hip, pop it out to the right, and then look to the right as you gaze towards your right hip. So you're kind of rotating through your spine. And then exhale, go the other way. So left hip, left shoulder draws towards each other. Look towards the left. And then again, right side. Make sure you're pushing into the floor strong. Left side. Inhale, center. Exhale, right side. Let's hold the right side a little bit. Inhale, center. Exhale, left side. Hold the left side a little bit. and slowly come back to center. Good. Tucking the toes under, lifting the knees up, and let's press back to our downward facing dog. Shake out your neck and head, let your head totally hang, dangle here. You can always bend your knees as you press your fingers into the floor, and you push the floor away with your arms, engaging into your shoulders. Draw in tight through your belly, and let the breath move easily. Once your legs feel a little bit more stable, maybe start pedaling out the legs, so pressing one heel down to the floor at a time. Notice if your weight is forward towards your hands, you're going to have to use a lot more arm and wrist strength. So if you move your weight back, it makes it easier for you to distribute your weight evenly between hands and feet. And then maybe swaying the hips side to side once your heels are down. If your heels don't come down, it's okay. Just keep the knees soft. Keep lengthening through spine. Let the head totally hang, relax. No tension here in the neck. Strong fingers, strong shoulders. One more breath, inhale. Mindful of any sensations in your body that might need your attention here. Should never worry about pain. If there's any pain during your practice, you know you've gone too far, so you want to come out of the posture and take a rest. We'll take a rest here together in just a few moments. See if you can see it through. Reach chest towards thighs, strong arms and shoulders, lock your elbows. And then exhale slowly, bring the knees down, separate the knees wide, big toes touch, and coming into your balasana. So this means that, like we did before in a seated position, you can start with your elbows on the floor. Settle yourself here. If your hips are way up, so say your hips are way up over your heels like this, then the first thing you want to try to do is lower the hips to the heels. And there's a couple of things that will prevent you from doing that. One, the tops of your feet might feel like they're getting crushed and it's not really feeling that good. Sometimes even the knees just don't close all the way, don't fold all the way. So if that's you, just as far down as you can go. Another thing you can try to do is press into your hands to get your hips down. And then once your hips are down, then lower your elbows to the floor. And then you can stay here with the elbows on the floor. Or again, if you want to use your cushion or your prop, your block, you can bring your forehead down to your prop. Or you can bring your forehead down to the floor. Rest here for a few breaths. This is Balasana is our resting posture. This is the place we go to when we feel like we've had enough, when we feel like we need a break. You can stay down there if you wish. And so you can always come back to this posture anytime, whenever you feel ready or you feel like your body needs it. All right, so from here, we're gonna slowly come back to our tabletop position, and we're just gonna roll over onto one hip to sit down. Okay, so the next one involves a little bit of movement into the hips. So we're gonna take that left foot and open it out. So from your heel to your knee, from your knee to your hip, you're kind of making a 90-degree angle. And then the same idea with your right leg. So open the heel out, so you're making that 90-degree angle. That back foot can commit a little bit more, and that's gonna help you stretch a little bit more through this quadricep here. So we're trying to find a lifted spine. If you feel like you're falling backwards because your hips are really tight, you can place your hand behind you to lift you through your spine. So this is one of the postures that I struggle the most with, so I'd like to incorporate it in here because it helps us to engage and contract and work on the hips right now. So that's what we're trying to do. Also, you might feel it into your inner thigh, like I said, into your quadricep. So either hands behind or hands in front, and we're just going to try to find a lifted spine. Another option is to just let your hands rest on either side. You want to put less weight in your hands, more weight, or hold more weight with your core than you are with your hands. So you're not trying to find the floor with your hands. Lift up through torso, and then this knee one day will come down to the floor. Good. So remember that 90-degree angle in that front leg is really important. So if you have that foot tucked into your body, this is different. It's a different posture. Open that foot out so that you have that 90-degree angle. Good. Hold and breathe. Pull the shoulders back, lengthen spine. And then let's try moving that back foot out. So right now the back foot is kind of close to the butt. Let's try to open it out away from the butt. Try not to hit my bowls there. And see if that changes anything. Does it make it easier? Does it make it more difficult? How does it all feel? Make sure the feet are kind of flexed here. Having a hard time flexing. There we go. Both feet are flexed, toes pointing back towards you. Lengthen through spine. And then slowly let's pivot the legs. So you again might need to use your hands. Pivot your legs, and now we're on the other side. Let's start with the back foot tucked in and that right foot again at a 90-degree angle. So your body will automatically push you back. Make sense of this posture by pressing into that right hand so that it can keep you lifted. And then once you're situated, let the core do the work, not the hands. And again, that right leg is at that 90-degree angle, so the foot cannot be near your knee. So if your foot's tucked in towards your body, slide it out, 90-degree angle with the right knee and right hip. And then for now, we'll keep that left foot back just to get it situated on this side before we open it up. Keep drawing in through belly, and remember the weight should not be in your hands. You should be able to easily lift your hands off the floor and not fall backwards. Keep your weight in your core, so your core is engaging, your torso is lifting. And breathe easy. The part that I love most about mindful movement is that you get to kind of experiment with different positions that you put your body in and your legs in, your arms in, and then it becomes very introspective practice. You get to kind of look in, see, how do things feel and why? Also, we get to watch our thoughts. A lot of times when we're doing a lot of hard work in yoga, it's hard to watch our thoughts because we're so focused on the next step, the next movement, the next breath. When we slow it down like this, it becomes a little bit more accessible to watch our thoughts. And then we're going to go ahead and open that back leg out. So just simply slide it out away. And again, you might need to kind of adjust your torso to get the leg out. Once the leg is out, recenter yourself. Another option you can do is you can grab your legs. So you can use your hands on your shins and allow that to lift you to center. Remember, the weight should not be on your hands. The hands are just there as a secondary kind of hold, just in case. Your core is using the strength. You're using the strength from your core to keep you upright. Easy breath. If you start to feel kind of, any sensations in either the left hip, a lot of people tell me they feel this here in that left hip. If that's where you feel this posture, as long as it's not painful, you can maintain, you can hold, and just be with the discomfort. Just because it's uncomfortable doesn't mean we should come out, right? It's going to be, yoga is not necessarily comfortable. There's a lot of discomfort that happens in yoga. So let the discomfort happen. Don't shy away from it. See what it teaches you. A few more breaths. And remember, those hands are just gently on the shins. You're not gripping on for dear life. Just let them rest. Couple more breaths. Slowly exhale. Let's go ahead and roll. So lift the knees, come back to center. This time the feet come together. Let's give ourselves a nice tight hug. So tuck the feet into your body. Hug the knees with your forearms. Give yourself a nice tuck, a nice rounded back, forehead to the knees. Slowly come up. Okay, good. So for the second round of this, we're gonna extend that back leg. So it's a little bit like pigeon, but not exactly. We're not gonna go into a full pigeon. So set yourself up like we did the first time with that left leg at the 90-degree angle. the right leg back. And this time, if you want to use a prop, you can slide it underneath your left hip. So I make it a little easier for you to extend that leg back. And then start to bring that right leg back. And start to notice how this has changed, how it's been the same. And we're gonna pivot our bodies. Good morning, Zena. We're gonna pivot our bodies over to the left side and walk your hands down and maybe just, hold on either side, just kind of lean in a little bit. We're gonna try to lean in first and then we're gonna sit upright. So be mindful of that left leg. Make sure it's at that 90-degree angle. So best way to kind of know if it is or if it isn't, line it up with the top of your mat, right? You should have a nice square, 2 parallel lines. Left shin, top of your mat. So that foot should not be tucked in towards you. You're avoiding the stretch when you tuck that foot in. Keep the foot flexed and keep your weight drawing to the inside of your body. So right hip down. Good. And then inhale, slowly lift up. See if you can create a sense of length and stretch here. Open through the shoulder. Your knees walking around. Lift up through heart. And you're using your left arm to keep some of your weight up. Notice here as you draw that right hip down a little bit more, what happens? Just a gentle movement. Little micro movements to keep you moving that right leg back and the right hip down. And slowly coming back. So let's bring the right foot in. Let's switch. So now set yourself up for the other side. Same thing. Line your right shin with the top of your mat. You can use the prop underneath your hip. I recommend if this is difficult for you to use the prop. If it's easy, you can take it out. And then go ahead and extend that left leg back. Doesn't have to go all the way straight. Just extend it back to where it's comfortable for you. Well, it's not too uncomfortable for you. And then when you're ready, kind of pivot your chest so that you're facing towards your right knee and lower yourself down. Maybe you can bring your elbows to the floor, or you can stay lifted onto your hands. Whatever feels accessible, go there. And rest. Explore and surrender. You can move with the lift and the lower of the torso. You can play around with how high up you are or how low you're able to bring your chest towards your right thigh. You can move around and decide if one position feels more or better than the other. Keep moving that left leg back, kind of engage into that left thigh a little bit. So you want to press that left knee back. Even though it's not straight, you still want to feel engagement in that back leg as you rotate your left hip down and your upper body down towards right leg. Let's hold here for a couple more breaths. And slowly, let's inhale, press into the hands and come to the lifted position. So same thing, but now we're lifted. We're still working on targeting that left hip, pulling it forward and down, rolling onto that left leg, and keeping that right knee and right shin at that 90-degree angle. These are really good warm-up setups for our pigeon pose, which we're not going to necessarily do today because this is, I think, plenty. But this is a really good warm-up for them. Hold and breathe, keep rotating torso. There's a little bit of weight into your right hand, but don't try not to dump all of your weight to your right hand. So keep that steadiness of lift, opening the shoulders towards the right side. Steadiness of breath and calmness of mind leads to peaceful body. Connect all three. And then exhale, let's slowly bring our left leg back in, nice and gentle. Slide that right foot in, come off your block or your cushion. And again, bring the knees in towards the body. Hug the knees together, round through your spine, forehead to your knees. And slowly release. Okay, last one we're gonna do today is a little bit of a twist. We're gonna do this lying down. So go ahead and grab your pillow, move it out of the way for a moment here. I'm not sure which way I should face because I put my camera at a different angle today. So let's go ahead and lay down onto the back. Once you're down onto your back, take a moment to just settle your back onto the floor so you don't feel like you're pressing into your shoulders or you're lifting up, arching through your back. Keep yourself settled, draw in through belly. Bring the knees into the chest and just take a moment to roll side to side. All right, so drawing the knees in, we're gonna keep the right knee hugged into the body and extend the left leg. So you can extend it as far as the leg will go. There we go. And see if you can plant the left calf muscle into the floor as you hug that right knee in. And so what we're gonna do is a little bit of an active twist today. We're gonna take the knee with the left hand, open the right arm to the side and twist to the left. So right knee to the left, look to the right. Twist, 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 twist. Find your rotation, go as deep as your body will allow, and then exhale, come to center. Keep that right knee bent, hug the knee now, hold it with your right hand, and then open the right leg out to the right, look to the left. As far as it'll go, and then exhale back to center. Repeat that again. So switching your grip, twist, move slowly with mindfulness and with control, and back to center. Open it out to the side. Look left. 2 more. So by yamming the movement, making it dynamic, we're just allowing the body to get acquainted with the movement so that when we hold, hopefully it won't be as uncomfortable as if we hadn't done this. The next one we get to hold. So exhale, and then inhale, back to center, and then exhale, fold into your twist. Draw in through your navel, lift up through your lower abdomen so you're engaging and hollowing out your belly. Take that knee out to the side, look to the right. Hold here. Whenever your body gives you cues that you can go a little deeper, take it. Let the exhale fold you a little deeper into your twist. And let the inhale draw in energy, focus. One more breath. And exhale, slowly coming back through the center. Line yourself up, switch your hands, and then we're gonna hold the outside one now. So open that knee out to the right. The foot may or may not touch the floor. It's okay if it doesn't. Let your left arm extend to the left, look to the left. You can use your hand on the top, on the inside of the knee to let the weight pull that leg down. Keep your left hip grounded onto the floor. Breathing naturally through the movement and just add as much weight and much pressure as your body will allow each time, increasing in difficulty or increasing in weight. And then slowly inhale, coming back through the center. Hug that right knee in towards the chest. You can flex your left foot, lengthen the back of the neck, and then exhale, let's release. Good. Let's bring the other leg in. So bring left knee in towards the body. Take your time to kind of hug it in, feel the left hip flexor, and when you're ready, stretch out through that right leg. And we'll add our dynamic twist, so holding knee with right hand, left arm out, look to the left, rotate your body to the right. And inhale, slowly come back to center. Switch your grip, right arm out, look to the right, open left leg to the left. Coming back through to center. Just keep moving from one to the other. We'll do a total of 4 with the 4th one we hold. And just make sure you follow it all the way through. Excuse me, as you come back to center, you exhale coming out. So the leg coming out is the exhale. The inhale brings it back in. The exhale takes it the other direction. Good. Inhale brings it back in. Exhale, other direction. Mindfully moving through the body. And then for the last one, we hold. So go to where your body will allow. Situate yourself, get yourself into a position that feels right. And just breathe here. Couple more breaths. See if you can exhale deeper into your twist. And slowly inhale, bring it back to center. Switch your grip. And now open it out to the side. Right arm out, look to the right. You can use that hand on top of the knee to help weigh it down. And don't worry about where the foot goes. If the foot touches the floor, great. If it doesn't, that's great too. And you can either look towards your right fingertips or you can close your eyes. Feeling the sensations of the body. Your left arm kind of half holds and half pushes your left knee down and away. So it's a combination of holding the leg up and also pushing the leg down. So you have to kind of play around with that and decide which grip is better for you, whether underneath the knee or on top of the knee. And it also too depends on your left shoulder. Few more breaths, softly surrender to wherever your limits are. Try not to struggle or fight with your body. This is a good pose to do with a partner too, if you have your partner pressing one hand into this right hip and the other hand into the knee. Helps to gently open up there. And then slowly coming back through to center. Hug that left knee into the body. And then slowly, let's bring both knees in. Again, just like we did in seated, lift your head, tuck yourself towards your knees. And then exhale, release down. Good. So now you can go ahead and grab your bolster or your pillow, and we can place it right underneath or right behind our sacrum. So this allows us to open our heart as we go into our sound healing. So you can use this, lay back. If you find that it's too much lift through the torso or through the center of the back, you might want to have a second block or bolster that you can let your head rest on. Another option, if you need opening for your shoulders, you might want to use your hands to let your head rest back on your hands. So this is an option for you in case, if that feels accessible or good. You might not want to stay like this the entire time. At some point, your arms will get tired. You want to rest your head on the floor and let your arms relax down. Now I have my knees bent just because it allows me to really situate my hips, but you can also extend your legs and just come into that full relaxation. If you feel like it's too much, again, just use something underneath your head so you can find more comfort there. So I'll give you guys a moment to adjust. If you don't have a bolster, you can use cushions from your couch. All kinds of options here. A yoga block works, but if you're going to use the yoga block, make sure that you place it behind your shoulder blades, not at your sacrum. All right, take a moment to relax, settle in, close your eyes. Notice the movement of your breath. Start to notice how the breath starts to slow down as we settle in for our relaxation. If it hasn't yet, see if you can make a conscious effort to do so. I want you to make a conscious effort to let go of tension. Let your heart be open. slowly and gently, allowing our bodies to absorb the vibrations created, letting the sounds still linger a little further into our bodies, into our mind, into our spirit. As you feel ready, you may begin to add a little bit of movement to the body. And gently begin to make your way up to a comfortable seated position. Take your time, there's no rush. Once you're in a comfortable seated posture, just realign your body here, wiggle and get anything that needs to be moved out of the way, We're gonna try to close our practice today with a pranayama or breath retention. So let's just take a few moments to just breathe deeply. Let the inhale come in and keep drawing the breath in, almost like you're sipping it up through a straw. Keep sipping the air in, keep drawing in breath. Hold at the top just for a few moments without exhaling. And then slowly exhale the breath away. Releasing it out gently, steadily. Pause at the bottom here without breathing in, just for a few moments. Again, draw in breath, inhale. Pause. Exhale. Pause. Inhale. Retain. Pause the breath. Exhale. Pause the breath here. So we're going to continue to move in this way, but I'm going to count out the pausing and the breathing in. So let's just let the next exhale out, preparing. Let's inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Retain the breath for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhale the breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Retain here for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Again, inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Retain for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Actually, it's 8. 2 more. And retain for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Inhale 5, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Retain 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhale 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Retain for 5, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's do 2 more rounds like this. Inhale for 5. Retain for 8. Exhale for 8. Retain for 5. Inhale for 5. Last one. Retain 8. Exhale 8. Retain 5. And then come back to your natural pattern of breath. Notice if your natural pattern of breath has changed slightly after that pranayama practice. You find the breath a little bit more effortless, more natural. And then slowly with the next exhale, let's bring the chin down to the chest. Just how we started, kind of moving the head side to side, letting the neck stretch a little bit. Rolling the shoulders back and forward. Take a nice deep inhale, create that sense of lift, expansion in the body, drawing in all things that are meant for us, all things that are to guide us to our highest good or highest potential. And with the exhale, we make that conscious effort to release anything standing in our way, limiting beliefs and thoughts, anything that is not guiding us to our highest good. Let's release it with the exhale. And then finally, we'll draw the palms together at the center of the heart, symbolizing that union of body, mind, and spirit. Soften through shoulders, create that connection of palm to palm. Exhale the breath away, and inhale for Om. May we feel protected and safe. May we feel contented and pleased. May our physical bodies support us with health and with strength. And may our lives unfold smoothly with ease. Namaste.
Namaste.